Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am about to attempt matching mother-daughter t-shirt dresses. Skylar's mother Janet asked if I could make 2 dresses, full length, that match, and that is what I am about to do. Skylar picked out this color t-shirt, and it's going to be matched up with this tie-dye print. I think it will go nicely. I actually got them the same size t-shirt. Janet wanted a woman's large, and I tried the woman's medium on Skylar, and it was a little tight in the waist, so I went ahead with the large. So what I'm going to do is shorten it for her because it's too long, and I put a pin as to where I'm going to cut. Just going to fold over, and looks like I'm cutting on the number 6 line. And I'm going to be doing my sewing off camera to save myself tons and tons of editing. I am just going to fold this once and stitch it, and then I will double fold it and stitch, probably with 2 lines to make it look like an official t-shirt hem. Okay, I shortened this and I finished hemming it, and I took it in a little bit on the sides, just at the very bottom, about the last 3 inches, because it was really starting to curve out. And now Skylar is hungry. This is going to be done in parts, maybe over the next few days, but I will record it for you. I'm back for a minute. I am going to cut the skirt out of the tie-dye fabric, but I'm going to take this dress that we already know fits Skylar. This is one that I made as an Upcycled Fashions, and it happens to fit her. So I want to see how much fabric I need. We're looking at, about 27 inches, and I'm going to allow an inch for the gathering. I don't hem these, so 28 inches, we should be good. This fabric is about 58 to 60 inches wide. I folded it in half and then in half again. This is the way the selvage edges run. And the fabric stretches in this direction. So I'm going to just measure 28 inches, and I'm going to cut across. I actually purchased 2 yards because I knew I needed enough for both mother and daughter, and I'm certainly going to have enough. So 28 is right here. And I think I'm going to make it with the pink at the top. So this is the top of the skirt that's going to be attached to the t-shirt. I just folded this over right sides together, and I'm just going to sew along the side seam. I sewed about 2 or 3 inches in from the original salvage just to make it a little bit narrower than Mom's skirt. I sewed with a zigzag stitch, and then I went ahead and trimmed off the excess fabric, and then I went down the edge again with another zigzag stitch just to make it nice and secure. Now I'm going to turn this right side out and start attaching it to the t-shirt. I am going to attach the skirt fabric to the t-shirt dress just like the way I did in one of the previous videos that I just uploaded a few days ago. I will have a link to that video down below, and also in the comments. What I did is I found my quarters. This shirt has side seams, so I don't need to put pins there. I found my centers, and I put a pin in the front and the back. Also found the quarters of my skirt. I'm going to put the sewn seam in the back. There's a number of ways you can do this. I choose to not gather in advance. I hate that method with a passion. I don't like extra steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be laying this on the t-shirt, but I'm going to be like putting my hand under the skirt and lifting that up over. So I'm actually going to be like sewing on the inside of the skirt, and I'm just going to put my fabric down, and as I go, I'm going to make little pleats, and I'm going to match up my pins as I go so I can have an approximate amount of equal gathering between the pins. Not a big deal if it's not exact. Hi everyone, it has been a couple days. My shirt is so wrinkled. I'm assuming the humidity will take care of that. If not, I have a handy dandy iron. I just wanted to let you guys know that I did indeed put Skylar's skirt onto her t-shirt. Now she tried it on, and I only need to trim like maybe an inch or so. So what I do is I just fold the t-shirt in half, and I just let it hang so that it's going to hang whatever way it's going to hang. And I'm not going to be overly fussy. I'm just going to trim. I think it could go a little bit shorter, but I haven't washed and dried this t-shirt yet, so I'm sure it will shrink, and they always tend to shrink in the length, so I think that will be good. Hi everyone, it is once again days later. I don't even know how many days. I have not had time to work on this. I'm about ready to start Janet's dress, and I did want to mention that since I've made Skylar's dress with the tie-dye bottom, I made 3 dresses, one for her and her cousins Nora and Maggie. I have learned a different way to do this, so I'm going to do it the different way. This is the t-shirt I will be using for Janet, and this is the fabric, and I know this is way too long, but I'm just going to go ahead and sew this entire piece on, then I will put it on my mannequin. Janet is about the same height as my mannequin, so I want to go to my mannequin's ankles, so I'm just going to hang it on my mannequin and then cut the excess, and I'll use that excess for another project. So here's what I'm going to do. The way I do this now is I do not sew this into a tube yet. I'm going to turn the t-shirt inside out. I'm just going to go ahead and put the skirt seam on the side seam of the t-shirt. And when I go to the machine, I am going to have the right side of the t-shirt facing up. I turned the t-shirt inside out, so this is inside out, but I'm just like opening it so I can be working this way. Let me get a little closer up for you so you can see. I won't be taking the camera to the sewing machine. I have the fabric right sides up. I did not sew the side seam. This is the salvage. The stretch is going this way. T-shirt right side up. I'm going to put the side seam of the t-shirt about 1 inch away from the salvage. I'm going to start sewing here. Doing it this way lets me see the stitching line on top of the t-shirt, and it is so much neater, a much neater finish. So I'm just going to sew a little bit, and then I will make a pinch and fold that over and sew, and then every so often I will just pinch it a little bit and just keep sewing. I know I have enough fabric to pinch in that method without running out. You want to make sure you don't pinch too much, or you will end up not having enough of this fabric. So let me go over to the machine. I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I will show you how I finish the side seam. This is how it turns out. So nice and neat. I just love it. And this is how it looks on the other side. So now I'm going to flip it inside out. I happen to just make it. I am pretty good at judging how many pinches of pleats I can do, and it came out perfect. Normally you'd probably have a long piece left over, and you would just cut that. And now I'm just going to take these 2 edges, and I'm going to sew down, and then I'm going to flip it this way, and this will make a seam here, and that will be a seam going down, and then I will just sew right here to finish that off. I went and threw this on the mannequin, and I marked where I'm guessing the best that I can is that Janet would need the length, and I have a pin there. So I'm going to do my usual trick of just folding the t-shirt in half, and just letting the skirt hang. Then I'm going to lay it down, hopefully with the pin side up. There we go. And I do have a print on this, so I can also follow the print. I'm going to basically be cutting at the bottom of this orange section. I have all this left. This is enough for another whole skirt. And that is it for Janet's dress. We are done. I do not hem these. They don't need to be hemmed. They're not going to fray, they're not going to run, they're not going to fall apart. If anything, it might curl up a little bit, and that's just super cool. So I'm hoping this is at least to Janet's ankles. To her ankles or longer would be okay, because she can just cut 1 inch or 2 off if she needs to. I think this is going to be good. So we are done the dresses, and I will show them to you on the mannequins. You have no clue how hot and tired I am. Hot alert! But I want to show you who has found a new, probably temporary spot in my home. Yay! Yay! And they're together. They belong together, don't you think? I want to show you the matching mother-daughter dresses that I made for Skylar and her mom, Janet. Now, you would probably think the little one here is going to be like way too big for Skylar, but trust me, I have put it on her, and that's the right length for her. And I don't know about the other one, if it's going to be the right length for Janet, but pretty sure it'll go to Janet's ankles, or maybe a little longer, and she can trim it if she needs. So the only thing I'm not thrilled about is that I initially had cut Skylar's t-shirt and then I regretted it. So I took the skirt off and I added some of the original part of the t-shirt with the hem. So she has a line going across, which Mom doesn't have. I actually thought of covering that with some of the tie-dye fabric and doing the same, but I am tired and they're going to just stay like this. I'm very happy with the way they turned out, and I have enough tie-dye left to do something else. I am very hot and tired. I wanted these mannequins down here because when Skylar leaves next week, I'm going to be much more encouraged to do Upcycled Fashions. If I have my mannequins right here, it's so much easier for me than to run up and down the stairs where it's so hot upstairs. And I do have air conditioners, but it would take a while. It's not like I can just turn the air conditioner on and be cool. So I'd have to go upstairs, you know, earlier in the day and let that run. No, not doing it. Mannequins are here. And this is the upcycled fashion clothing that needs to find a new home. I don't have a closet for these things. They're going to have to go upstairs. The rack that I had collapsed, so that didn't work in holding all these things up, but I will find a way. So I hope you at least enjoyed watching me make the matching dresses. I really love these dresses, and I do believe I will start offering them on eBay soon. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.